Did you know some flowers are smart enough to plant themselves? That's right, self-seeding perennials are nature's way of giving gardeners a break. Once you plant them, they bloom, drop seeds, and return year after year, filling your garden with vibrant color without any replanting or extra work. It's one of the easiest ways to build a low-maintenance, high-impact garden that gets better with time. In this video, we're exploring 10 of the best self-seeding perennial flowers that do the work for you. You'll learn which ones are most reliable, how they spread, what conditions they love, and how to keep them looking their best year after year. If you're looking to save time, reduce garden chores, and still enjoy a thriving flower-filled space, these plants are a must. Let's get into it. Let's start with a classic beauty, Columbine. Known for its delicate, nodding blooms and unique spurred petals, Columbine brings a whimsical charm to the garden. It comes in a wide range of colors, from soft pastels to bold reds and purples, and blooms in late spring to early summer. But what makes it truly special? It reseeds itself effortlessly, often popping up in unexpected corners of your garden each year. Columbine thrives in zones 3 to 9, and it's incredibly adaptable, growing well in sun or parched shade, and tolerating a variety of soil types. Once established, it needs very little care. Just let the seed pods mature and drop naturally, and new plants will emerge next season like magic. Plus, it's a magnet for hummingbirds, bees, and butterflies, making it a pollinator favorite. If you enjoy a more natural, cottage-style garden look, Columbine is perfect. It weaves beautifully among other perennials and adds a soft, romantic texture to beds and borders. A little tip? Leave some spent flowers in place to encourage even more reseeding and let nature take over from there. Next up, we've got Coreopsis, a true summer workhorse that keeps blooming and reseeding like it's on a mission. Sometimes called tick seed, this cheerful perennial is known for its bright, daisy-like flowers in sunny shades of yellow, gold, pink, or red. It's one of the easiest plants to grow, and once it's settled in, it'll come back again and again with barely any help. Coreopsis thrives in zones 4 to 9 and absolutely loves full sun. It prefers well-drained soil and handles heat and drought like a champ, making it ideal for tough spots in the garden. But here's the best part. As the blooms fade, they leave behind seed heads that scatter naturally. Let them fall, and you'll be greeted with new seedlings the following season, often in the same golden glow or even a surprise variation. This is the kind of flower that just keeps going. It's great in borders, wildflower gardens, and pollinator patches, and bees can't get enough of it. If you're aiming for a garden that's both vibrant and low maintenance, Coreopsis is a must-have. Just get it some sunshine, and it'll do the rest. At number 3, we have the bold and breathtaking Lupine, a perennial that adds vertical drama and cottage garden charm like nothing else. With its tall spires of pea-like flowers in purples, blues, pinks, and even bicolor blends, Lupine creates a stunning focal point in any flower bed. But did you know it's also a generous self-seeder? Once it blooms and sets seed, you can count on it to return, sometimes even in new and unexpected color combos. Lupine thrives in zones 4 to 8, and it prefers cooler climates, full sun to parched shade, and well-drained, slightly acidic soil. It doesn't like hot, humid summers, but in the right environment, it performs beautifully. After blooming in late spring to early summer, its seed pods will mature and drop naturally. Let them be, and next season, you'll likely spot new seedlings emerging around the parent plant. Besides its beauty, Lupine also has the bonus of being a nitrogen fixer, meaning it actually improves your soil. That's right, this flower is not only pretty but hardworking too. Just remember to avoid disturbing its deep taproot, and it will reward you for years. If you want vertical color that comes back stronger every year, Lupine's got your back. Coming in at number 4 is the sunny and cheerful Calendula, often called pot marigold. With its vibrant orange and yellow blooms, Calendula isn't just a pretty face, it's also known for its healing properties and usefulness in the kitchen and garden. But best of all, it's a fantastic self-seeder. Once you plant it, this hardworking flower will happily sow itself and return year after year with little effort. Calendula grows well in zones 2 to 11, making it one of the most versatile flowers on this list. It prefers full sun and well-drained soil, and while it technically behaves as an annual in many areas, it reseeds so reliably that most gardeners treat it like a perennial. Let the flowers go to seed after blooming, and you'll find new plants popping up all on their own, sometimes even before the next season officially begins. Aside from its beauty, Calendula attracts beneficial insects like ladybugs and pollinators while helping repel pests from nearby vegetables. It's a perfect addition to borders, herb gardens, or tucked among edibles. And if you're into homemade skincare, Calendula petals can even be used for soothing balms and teas. It's practical, pretty, and comes back without replanting. What's not to love? At number 5, we have the tall and elegant Foxglove, a true showstopper in any garden. With its towering spires of bell-shaped flowers in soft pinks, purples, creams, and whites, Foxglove adds instant drama and old-world charm to borders and cottage-style gardens. It's a biennial or short-lived perennial, but thanks to its strong self-seeding habit, once you plant it, it often feels like it never left. Foxglove does best in zones 4 to 9, and it prefers part shade to full sun, especially in cooler climates. It loves rich, well-drained soil and will often bloom in its second year. But here's the trick: once it blooms and goes to seed, don't pull the plant too soon. Let the seed pods mature and scatter naturally. You'll find new seedlings sprouting around the garden by next season, keeping the bloom cycle going without any extra effort. This plant isn't just beautiful, it also draws bees and hummingbirds with its tubular blooms. Just a word of caution: Foxglove is toxic if ingested, so be mindful if you have pets or small children. But for bold vertical interest and a classic cottage garden look that keeps reseeding itself, Foxglove is a truly rewarding choice. At number 6, we have the effortlessly graceful Verbena, especially the tall and airy Verbena bonariensis, a favorite among pollinator lovers and naturalistic garden designers alike. With its slender stems and clusters of small, lavender-purple blooms, Verbena brings lightness and movement to the garden. And the best part? It's a self-seeding powerhouse. Once you plant it, it tends to return every year, often popping up in the most delightful, unexpected places. Verbena thrives in zones 7 to 11, but in cooler areas, it acts more like an annual that self-sows generously. It loves full sun and well-drained soil and performs beautifully in hot, dry conditions. After blooming from midsummer into fall, the flower heads drop seeds that often germinate the following spring. No replanting required. This plant is a magnet for butterflies, bees, and even hummingbirds, adding both charm and ecological value to your garden. It's ideal for weaving through other perennials or creating a soft, meadow-like effect in flower beds. If you want something that looks wild but intentional and keeps coming back without asking much in return, Verbena is a wonderful choice. At number 7, we have the ever-charming Morning Glory, a fast-growing climber known for its twirling vines and vibrant, trumpet-shaped blooms that greet you each morning with a burst of color. From deep purples and blues to soft pinks and whites, these flowers are true early risers, opening with the sun and creating a cheerful, romantic vibe in the garden. And yes, Morning Glories are excellent self-seeders. Plant them once, and they'll often return every year like clockwork. Morning Glories thrive in zones 3 to 10, and they love full sun and well-drained soil. They're perfect for growing along trellises, fences, mailboxes, or arbors, anywhere they can climb freely. Once established, they produce seeds in abundance. Just let the pods mature and drop, and you'll likely see new vines sprouting next spring without any extra work. They're not just beautiful, they're also incredibly low maintenance and can quickly turn a plain space into a vertical wall of color. Just a heads up. Some varieties receive very enthusiastically, so keep an eye on where they spread. But if you're looking for a fast, colorful climber that comes back year after year, Morning Glory is a true garden joy. At number 8, we welcome the tall, majestic Hollyhock, a true icon of cottage gardens. With its towering spikes of ruffled blooms in shades of pink, red, yellow, white, and even black, Hollyhock brings vertical drama and vintage charm to any garden space. It's technically a biennial, meaning it usually blooms in its second year, but don't worry. Hollyhocks are excellent self-seeders, so once you let them settle in, they'll keep returning year after year like a living floral fence. Hollyhock grows well in zones 3 to 9, and it prefers full sun and rich, well-drained soil. These beauties can reach impressive heights, up to 6 feet or more, so they're perfect for the back of borders along fences or beside sheds and outbuildings. After blooming in summer, the large seed pods will dry and drop, creating the next generation of flowers if you simply let nature do its thing. They're also surprisingly tough. Once established, hollyhocks can handle poor soil, light drought, and even urban conditions. Plus, they attract bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, making them a pollinator's paradise. Just watch out for rust on the leaves, give them space for airflow, and they'll reward you with towering color season after season. At number 9, let's talk about the effortlessly charming cosmos. These dainty, daisy-like flowers with feathery foliage are some of the easiest and most generous bloomers you can grow. Available in shades of pink, white, magenta, and even soft orange and yellow, Cosmos brings a light, airy feel to your garden, and best of all, they're excellent self-seeders. Once you plant them, they'll often come back year after year, creating waves of color with barely any effort. Cosmos thrives in zones 2 to 11 and loves full sun with average to poor soil. In fact, they do better in soil that's not too rich, making them perfect for filling in neglected garden spots. These annuals reseed so reliably that they're often treated like perennials. Just let the flower heads mature and scatter naturally, and you'll have a brand new batch of blooms the following season. Not only are cosmos incredibly low maintenance, but they also attract bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, adding life and movement to your space. They're perfect for cutting gardens, wildflower borders, or cottage-style plantings where a bit of whimsy is welcome. If you're looking for a flower that's both beautiful and brilliantly self-sufficient, Cosmos is a delightful choice. And finally, at number 10, we have the vibrant, easygoing Zenia. These annuals are so generous with their seeds and blooms, they behave more like self-seeding perennials in the right conditions. With their bold, cheerful flowers in every color you can imagine, bright pinks, reds, oranges, yellows, even lime green, zinnias bring a joyful burst of color to your garden all summer long. And if you let those blooms go to seed, you'll often see new plants sprouting up the next year, no replanting required. Zinnias grow best in zones 3 to 10, thrive in full sun, and absolutely love the heat. They're fast growers and bloom nonstop from early summer to the first frost. Once the flowers fade, the dried seed heads can be left in place or collected. Either way, they're prolific self-sowers, especially if your garden soil isn't overly mulched. Aside from being stunning, zinnias are pollinator magnets. Butterflies in particular can't resist them. They're also one of the best cut flowers around, so you'll have endless bouquets to enjoy indoors. If you want a low-effort, high-reward flower that brings bold color and keeps coming back, zinnias are the perfect way to end the season and this list. And that's a wrap on our top 10 self-seeding flowers. These easy growers bring beauty back to your garden year after year. No replanting, no stress. Let nature do the work while you enjoy the blooms. Got a favorite from the list? Drop it in the comments, we'd love to know. See you in the next video.